Good afternoon, folks. This afternoon's topic be many older adults improve with age, and the mindset may help explain it. Here's the second headline: The Quiet Revolution of Growing Older. How mindset helps explain why many adults improve with age. Okay, here we go. Aging has always carried certain methodology, a cultural shorthand that equates growing older with shrinking. Possibility: we inherit images of decline, the fading memory, the slowing gait, the narrowing of world. Yet these images miss something essential. They miss the older adult who becomes more patient with age, more discerning, more emotionally attuned. They miss the grandmother who learns to code at 70, the retired bus driver who becomes a poet, the widower who discovers joy in watercolor painting after decades of factory work. They miss the quiet revolution happening in living rooms, libraries, senior centers, and long-term care facilities across the country. Many older adults are not simply maintaining, they are improving, and a growing body of research suggests that mindset, the beliefs people hold about their own capacity for change, may help explain why. This essay explores the emerging science of improvement in later life, the psychology that underpins it, and the cultural and policy structures that either support or suppress it. It argues that aging is not a descent, but a deepening, and that mindset is one of the forces shaping that trajectory. The myth of inevitable decline. For much of the 20th century, aging research was dominated by a single narrative: decline. Cognitive aging was treated as a slow, predictable unraveling. Memory worsens, processing speed slows, executive function falters. The story was tidy, linear, and wrong. Longitudinal studies now show a more complex reality. While certain cognitive domains do decline, Others remain stable or improve. Vocabulary expands. Emotional regulation strengthens. Pattern recognition becomes more efficient. Crystallized intelligence, the ability to draw on accumulated knowledge, peaks in later life. In older adults often outperform younger adults in tasks requiring judgment, sense, and emotional interpretation. They are better at solving conflict, more adept to more adept at prioritizing what matters them and more skilled at navigating ambiguity. These are not incidental. They are part of the architecture of aging. The question is no longer whether improvement is possible, but it is why some older adults improve dramatically while others with similar health profiles do not. Mindset as a mechanism of growth. Mindset, specifically a growth mindset, is emerging as a powerful explanatory factor. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities can improve with effort, practice, and strategy. In older adults, this belief predicts greater persistence when learning new skills, higher engagement in, in cognitively stimulating activities, better performance in multi domain cognitive training, stronger emotional resilience, more adaptive coping during health changes or challenges, greater sense of purpose and agency. These findings align with what clinicians observe every day. Two older adults with similar diagnoses can diverge dramatically in their functional outcomes. One approaches rehabilitation with determination, the other withdraws, convinced that decline is inevitable. Their beliefs shape their behaviors, and their behaviors shape their outcomes. Mindset does not erase neuropathology. It does not cure dementia or reverse chronic disease, but it influences the conditions under which the aging brain operates. Motivation, attention, emotional regulation, and willingness to engage in cognitively demanding tasks. These conditions matter. They are the scaffolding of cognitive resilience, the psychology of improvement in later life. Older adults possess psychological strengths that amplify the effects of a growing mindset, perspective, decades of experience help contextualize setbacks, emotional regulation. Older adults often show greater stability and less reactivity, prioritization. They invest energy where it matters most. Meaning making. They connect new experiences with deeper purpose. Social wisdom. They navigate relationships with sense and empathy. When these strengths interact with a belief in one's ability to grow, the result is a powerful engine for improvement. Consider the older adult who decade who decides to learn Spanish at 75, or who begins strength training at 80, or who joins a memoir writing group after losing a spouse. These choices are not random, they are expressions of identity, of someone who sees themselves as capable of learning and worthy of investment. The role of stereotypes and structural barriers. If mindset is a mechanism of improvement, then ageism is a mechanism of suppression. Against stereotypes, older adults can't learn technology. Memory loss is inevitable. It's too late to change. Can become self fulfilling. They reduce engagement, increase anxiety, and erode confidence. They also shape the environments older adults inhibit, whether clinicians offer rehabilitation, whether employers provide training, whether communities invest in accessible learning opportunities. Mindset does not develop in isolation, it is shaped by cultural, policy, and in interpersonal interactions. When older adults are surrounded by messages of decline, it becomes harder to believe in growth. This is where health systems, senior centers, and public policy can intervene, creating environments that affirm capacity or capability, not fragility. It's a form of cognitive and emotional infrastructure. the biology that makes growth possible. The aging brain retains remarkable plasticity. Neurogenesis continues in the hippocampus. Synaptic remodeling persists. Functional networks reorganize to compensate for inefficiencies. Older adults often recruit bilateral brain regions for tasks that younger adults perform with unalter, unalter, unal, unaltered activation. A pattern associated a pattern associated with adaptability, not decline. Mindset interacts with biology. When older adults engage in challenging activities, they activate the very circuit that supports plasticity. When they avoid challenge, those circuits weaken. Belief becomes behavior. Behavior becomes biology. Aging as an accumulation of strengths. Aging is not merely the loss of certain abilities, it is the accumulation of others. Older adults often show improved emotional stability, greater satisfaction with relationships, more sense moral, more sense morale, reasoning, higher levels of pro-social behavior. Increased capacity for gratitude and meaning. These gains matter. They shape families, communities, and workplaces. They challenge the assumption that aging is a story of subtraction. Aging is an accumulation of insight, of perspective, of emotional depth. Mindset helps determine whether that accumulation becomes a resource or remains un- untaped, untrapped. A non obvious insight improvement requires reinforcement. Mindset is not statistic. Studies show that growth mindset interventions can boost beliefs about learning and adaptability. But the effects may fade without reinforcement, especially during periods of stress, isolation, or health disruption. This suggests that mindset is less a trait and more a practice. It must be cultivated, supported, and embedded in daily life. For health systems, this means designing programs that do more than teach skills. They must teach beliefs and then reinforce them through community, coaching, and meaningful engagement. The policy implication: growth is a public good. If mindset influences aging trajectories, then supporting growth oriented environments becomes a matter of public health. Communities can offer multi domain learning programs, integrate growth mindset language into senior services, train clinicians to counter ageist assumptions, create intergenerational learning spaces, fund cognitive and social enrichment as preventative care. Health systems can embed mindset informed coaching into chronic disease management, use narrative medicine to help older adults reclaim agency, design rehabilitation programs that emphasize progress over perfection, build environments that normalize learning at any age. Many older adults improve with age because they have learned how to navigate complexity, how to regulate emotion, how to prioritize meaning, and how to persist through difficulty. Mindset amplifies these strengths. It helps older adults interpret challenges as possibility, not proof of decline. The the quiet revolution of growing old is already underway. The question now is whether our systems, our communities, and our culture narratives will raise will rise to meet it. Mindset and cognitive resilience. Ageism as a modifiable risk factor, or how health systems can op- operationalize mindset informed care. Okay, guys, that's B for you. I have a couple more. I'll be back on shortly for those. For now, Gator Wellness. Take care, folks.